What is going on today, guys? My name's Alex. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about different levels of Power Wagon. There are 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, and we're going to be reviewing exactly what the mechanical or off-road differences are between all 3 levels of the Power Wagon. Now the level 1 package is actually an option, so I figured we'd go over the standard off-road mechanical equipment the Power Wagon comes from first. All right, so number 1, the 6.4 Hemi comes standard as the engine no matter what package you get. You get the 8-speed ZF transmission standard, BW 4447 locking transfer case comes standard with the manual 4-wheel drive engagement. You get a 9.5-inch locking front differential, as well as a 11.5-inch locking rear differential. Now, fun fact, that rear differential acts as a helical posi or a helical limited slip differential when that differential is not locked. You get a disconnecting sway bar standard, 12,000-pound worn winch comes standard, tow hooks, skid plates, 33-inch duratrac all-terrain tires, Bilstein off-road tuned suspension, 2-inch factory lift, Articulink front and lower control arms, and a class 5 trailer hitch. So the standard base Power Wagon comes ready to play with a ton of off-road capable features already on it. So what does adding the level 1 Power Wagon package actually do to the mechanicals as well as the off-road components of your Power Wagon? Well, the simple answer is nothing. So I'll put all the options on the screen here, and as you guys can see, there's really nothing mechanical or any off-road component that is added to the level 1 Power Wagon package. There are some goodies like heated seats, heated steering wheels. The wife loves a heated steering wheel in the winter. However, there's really nothing to add to the truck in terms of a mechanical component. Now, the Power Wagon package level 2 is going to cost you $5,500 to add, and along with that, like the Power Wagon package level 1, there is actually no other mechanical or off-road componentry to add to the truck. Now, again, I'll put the list on the screen here. It's a lengthy list this time, and there are a ton of goodies and features that are added to the truck. But once again, there is really nothing mechanically different about the truck when you add a level 2 Power Wagon package. Fear not though, the level 3 package coming in at $8,000 does have some differences in a mechanical realm to this truck. So first of all, the transfer case is no longer a manual 4-wheel drive selector transfer case. You get the electronic on the fly option for that transfer case with a level 3 Power Wagon package. Now, some folks may actually prefer the manual option in their trucks as it may be more rugged. However, you have to remember, as we get under the truck here, the center axle disconnect right here is always electronic, whether or not you have the actual manual stick. So there is always going to be some electrical componentry when shifting to 4-wheel drive. However, I do still think a lot of people feel more confident with the manual stick. So to each their own, but with the level 3, you are going to get that electronic push button 4-wheel drive transfer case. Another cool thing with the level 3 package is you are going to get the actual vertical style grill here. I'll put a picture up on the screen, and I think that actually looks really cool. The level 3 package is kind of the top tier package for these trucks, and I'll put the list on the screen once again. You guys can see that it is a lengthy list, tons of options, lots of technology, all that fun stuff. But in terms of mechanical off-road componentry, the only difference is that electronic transfer case. That's it. Now, some of you guys may be wondering at this point, well, I've seen Power Wagon trucks with the bead locking rims, and I assume that was the level 3 package. You got the bead locking rims, and that's not the case. There is an off-road package available for the Power Wagons coming in at $2,000 extra, and that is where you get the bead locking rim. Now, along with the bead locking rims with the off-road package, you're also going to get the Mopar rock rails, which are going to help protect your rockers, which I think is pretty cool. They also come with steps, and it does look pretty aggressive. So the Power Wagon level packages really aren't anything to do with the actual off-road componentry. Most of that stuff comes standard. In fact, the only things that actually can be added are the bead locking rims, the Mopar rock rails. You can get a second alternator or have dual alternators, although that is a standard option across the whole 2500 platform. And lastly, the electronic on-the-fly transfer case. Those are the only real mechanical off-road differences in between the standard base model Power Wagon and a top spec off-road Power Wagon. So it seems like the levels are more just trim packages, and like I said, you do get lots of cool options and goodies and technologies with those packages. Not the worst thing, although that's most likely where Ram is going to make all their money, is selling you those packages. But what I thought would be really interesting, and they'll probably never do it, is actually have the levels determine the off-road ability of the Power Wagon. So for example, maybe the level 1 will stay pretty standard to what the truck is right now. Maybe have the bead lockers and the rock rails at level 1. Level 2, maybe you get some 35-inch tires, maybe a couple suspension componentry upgrades, and really, you know, add to that off-road ability. And then level 3 being the top tier off-road Power Wagon, maybe Ram could offer 37-inch tires as standard, maybe some custom tuned suspension with custom tuned Fox shocks, and some really cool stuff like that. I know the Toyota TRD Pro comes with some custom tuned Fox shocks, so it would be kind of cool to see Ram do that with the Power Wagons and you know, call it like the level 3 off-road package. However, I don't think Ram would do that, just because I think it would cost a lot of money, and I don't see Ram investing any more money into the Power Wagon at this moment. Now the silver lining is that the base model Power Wagon is a powerful off-road unit and can pretty much do anything the top spec truck can do, other than the bead lockers. Those would be pretty nice to have. And like I mentioned in the last video I made about the price of these Power Wagons, obviously it's a heavy duty truck, and heavy duty trucks are quite expensive to begin with. However, when looking at the competitors like the Ford Tremor, the GMC AT4, I believe it is, the Power Wagon comes in usually much cheaper. And if you're just concerned about off-road performance, you can simply just buy the base model at $68,000. Scratch that. The base model of these prices has actually gone up quite a bit. When I bought this truck, the base model was $68,000, and that was, I don't know, 6 months ago. It was in December of 2021. Now the base model for these trucks is $72,000. So it's gone up about $4,000. Now, lastly, what I really like what Ram has done with the Power Wagon that some of you guys may or may not know is that you can get a Tradesman 2500 with a Power Wagon trim. Now it's kind of a special order unit, but I've seen a couple on the roads. And basically what you get is the Tradesman truck. So you don't get the special headlights, you don't get the special grille, you know, you get a chrome bumper. It's basically, well, it's a base model truck, but you get all of the off-road componentry of the Power Wagon. So you get the locking diffs, the 410 gears, the winch. It's basically a base model Power Wagon, and those are quite cheap. I couldn't actually find the price for them just because they're kind of hard to come by. However, I know they're much cheaper than a base model Power Wagon. And if you guys are really in a pinch and really want some off-road performance, I think that Tradesman 2500 with a Power Wagon trim is a really cool option. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. A little bit of a short one, but I thought I would touch on the levels because I know when I first bought the Power Wagon, I thought like level 3 was going to be like a full out maxed off-road unit, and it really turns out that they're just kind of trim levels. They sound really cool, but they really don't have much bearing with the actual off-road componentry or performance. So there you go. As always, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave that thumbs up, and if you like cool stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe. Love to have you guys on board. Anyways, enough of me. We'll see you in the next freaking video.